Hello and welcome to The Spice Must Roll, Gray Topaz. This is episode 1 of our Mecha-inspired TTRPG using the Stars Without Number system. Welcome. I'm glad to bring you guys all here, bring these folks here. We did episode 0 last week, and I think we had a lot of fun. So we're here to kind of move forward a little bit more, except for Wolf's Blood. So he only didn't have fun because he couldn't launch his Falcon 9s in the middle of the game. You know,
the little things.
How dare you take the sky from me?
We went over this before. Next time.
All right, let's get started with introductions. Speaking of our Elon Musk, we have Elon Musk, aka 2012 Wolf's Blood.
I thought I was discount Elon Musk.
You are our discount Elon Musk. That's how that works.
Okay.
I mean, it's a fushit, right?
So, who are you? What do you do when you're not here? Where can they find you, and who are you playing here on the Gray Topaz?
So, I have no idea who I am, because I am the man behind the curtain. I actually moderate a couple of different channels that you guys may want to hang out in, including Cyclone Jack's down there. Also with shared experience. Outside of this, though, I'm actually right now getting over a cold. So if I start sounding like Batman halfway through the episode, it's my fault.
Everyone put on your mask.
Yep.
Oh, wait a minute.
We got something.
You mean this mask?
Ooh, nice.
Oh, yeah. It's a nice mask.
And where can they find you?
Best way to find me is probably on Twitch as 2012 Wolf's Blood, or on Twitter also 2012 Wolf's Blood.
Branding. And who do you play here on the Great Topaz?
So I play Thomas McConnell, who is a youngerish mech tech who unfortunately just happened to watch everybody that he loves and care for die in a very horrible manner, and is now trying to figure out who these other people are.
Okay. Next, we have a familiar face if you guys watched the last series, Mr. Atomic Zero. Atomic, who are you? What do you do outside of the Great Topaz? Where can they find you? And then who do you play here on the Great Topaz?
Hey everybody, I'm Atomic Zero. I am a small-time streamer over at twitch.tv/Atomic Zero. I'm co-leadership of Shared Experience, which Wolf's Blood was referencing earlier, which is a TTRPG community as well as channel over at twitch.tv/Shared Experience. Awesome, go check it out. You can find me at the Twitters as well, which is ttv_Atomic Zero. And on this lovely little game, I play Arthur Greason, who is a lifetime planeteer that, due to unforeseen circumstances, has decided to finally leave the planet for the first time in his life and sign up for a mercenary group because that's what you do. And that is just where he's at in life.
Awesome. He's also very good at lasering, apparently.
He attempts to. He mainly runs in circles.
Runs in circles. Next, we've got the old man of the ship. I don't know if you're actually the oldest cast member here, but I know you're at least on the in the actual game. You're the oldest member of the crew, as far as I can remember.
He's older than me.
Oh no, I think you are older. I think he's just the more experienced. Yeah.
He's the surviving captain.
Cyclone, who are you? Where can they find you? Or what do you do outside of this? Where can they find you? And who do you play?
How's it going, cats? I'm Cyclone Jack. I'm a full-time Twitch streamer over at twitch.tv/Cyclone Jack. I mainly run first-person shooters and horror. I'm a competitive pilot with several MechWarrior teams, a former pro Overwatch player, Mercy Main #. I'm also a member of the GTA RP community, where I help lead a major staff team over on Soul RPGs. And do a little bit of voice acting and TTRPG stuff too. You guys may have seen me on a couple shows back in the day.
Nice.
But here I play Stephen Rains, the I can't even say this without laughing. The fearless captain of the Gray Topaz.
For now. Yeah, for now.
For now. The last surviving member of the old crew of the Gray Topaz, who frequently gets into arguments with Stella and pilots the silent assassin, as it were. Watch out for red smoke. And that's what I do here.
Awesome. And last but not least, we have Darian Clays, man about town, played by Mark. Mark, who are you? What do you do outside of here? Where can they find you? And then who is Darian?
So what's going on, guys? My name is Mark on Twitch, as kind of spelled like right up here somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Super simple name, not to be confused with my other name that I used to go around Twitch with, was just Koichi, that no one can say. But anyway, so I play Darian Clays in this game. Darian Clays is more so like your low budget Han Solo, if the easiest way to probably describe his character demeanor, and his inability to shoot, but definitely a brawler type character. He's pretty much your standard pilot with a smart mouth. He loves getting into a fight, but also he is kind of like a natural born leader of sorts. He's still trying to get used to the crew, and as the game goes on, you'll definitely see a lot of character development out of him if everything goes right in my head and I actually get proper dice rolls.
Yes.
There you go.
But as far as going back to my channel is concerned, I play a variety of games here on Twitch, mostly space and sci-fi and anime. Right now I'm playing a lot of Genshin Impact, as well as I'm trying to get back into Destiny, but that's a lot harder than it seems, because it's just not as entertaining as I thought it was.
You gotta let me know when you're playing some Destiny too. I totally need some help. I haven't played since like last Halloween.
That was around the time when I stopped playing.
Okay, cool. Gotta hit me up. We'll do some things.
Hell yeah, man.
All right. So let's get you all into the world of Gray Topaz, because episode 0 is done. It hasn't been uploaded yet because I got all the assets done yesterday for like the video stuff side of things. So that's almost done. I just need to upload it. It's just waiting to be rendered. But it's just a quick refresher if you haven't watched episode 0. And for those of you who are watching this live, Gray Topaz takes place in the Stars Without Number universe. So the Stars Without Number universe is like 3,000 years into the future ish. So you've got you had this massive spanning stellar empire called the Terran Mandate. They used psychics to do a lot of really high, crazy technology. But then this thing called the Scream happened, and all the psychics just died. Basically popped like balloons everywhere. And all of the mechanisms that kept the Empire working stopped working. No one knows why what happened. Some planets completely fell all the way into disrepair and back to the Stone Age. Some of them were able to survive. Now these clusters called sectors still exist, which are kind of trying to figure out what's going on. So our game takes place in the Farron Alpha sector, where there are several hegemons as well as corporations and other local powers vying for power in this as humanity is climbing back out of the silence is what it calls what happened after the Scream, and we find our crew on the planet of Shasavrit in the Carusa system, where in episode 0 they were given their first mission to assassinate General Fatima of the Zeno Empire, which was an invading force that's been trying to take over this planet. They've been hired. We find them as tracers, which is a mercenary corporation, kind of like Craigslist for mercenaries, as it were. If you've played the Mech Warrior games, it's very similar to the or BattleTech. It's very similar to the kind of mercenary situations there. I'm forgetting the name of it. What the name of the actual system is.
The MRBC.
The MRBC. Thank you. Yeah, they're very similar to that, and they have been tasked of assassinating this general because the local forces believe that if they do that, they might be able to drive these forces, basically break their the command structure and then have them try to retreat because it's been in a months-long guerrilla war, which hasn't been going well for either side, but it's been really, really rough for the invaders. So, with that, we bring us up to, let me pull up the sound as well. The ship, the Gray Topaz, landed on the jungle planet of Shah-Savarit. There, with the crew, having dispatched a scouting party of Zeno, Imperial Zeno forces, they meet up with the Echo Sigma group, 3 robots, formerly Minerva models, or modified Minerva models, who have been built to act as skirmishers and combat units. The first kind of attempt by Minerva for her to make her normal worker robots into warbots. They gather you around your tactical maps on the ship, and they start to explain the plan. Bring it up on the screen. The similar maps that you had seen before there, Steve, that you already seen of like the satellite imagery.
Fantastic.
Thank you for joining us. The plan today was for you to be the sledgehammer in this situation. Well, I guess more the scalpel than the sledgehammer. You see, the plan is as such.
And he pulls up the kind of the maps and everything.
Our forces are here, here, and here. We know that General Fatima is somewhere in this region. We will strike with an all-out attack to distract their forces. While they are distracted, you will sneak behind their lines and take out the general. However, there is one complication to this plan. Elite forces from Zeno, Gurzel's Marines, Count Gurzel's Marines, arrived right before you did.
When he says Gurzel, can I get you guys to give me a let's see, a good roll for this. You guys give me a no roll. Everyone give me a no roll. Difficulty 6. Okay. 5. 5.
Just a 20, right?
It's just D20 plus or minus whatever your bonus. Okay.
That's
yeah.
6.
Oh.
So you know
We
this.
don't know nothing.
You actually know this because difficulty was 6. So
Oh,
you
okay.
know this, Steve. You've heard the term Gurzel, who this was before. Gurzel is a famous mech pilot in the Empire of Zeno. He's supposedly one of the heirs to the throne of Zeno. He is renowned and feared on the battlefield for his skills. Yeah. So.
We think that Gurzel is either here to try to convince the general to leave the planet, or here to protect the general having intercepted our communications in our plans.
Steve holds up a finger.
Yes?
So, he's either gonna do our job for us or make things exponentially harder. I got that about right?
Yes, that is correct. Unfortunately,
We're on the same page.
we do not know the situation with that. If you believe the reports coming out of the Empire of Zeno, then they did not authorize this invasion. However, we do not know if this is a counter or attempt at subterfuge, and Gurzo's approach is not, in fact, to convince the general to leave, but to protect him and help him turn the tide.
Steve kind of folds his arms and looks at the other three. There's always a curveball. There's always a curveball. All right. So do we have any intel on where these guys landed? Where they're heading?
He pulls up the map which actually coincides directly with the map you made beforehand, of where he most likely was. And he says,
somewhere in this region. We're fairly certain that he's already linked up with the general. Now,
I kind of laugh and I stop him mid-stride as he says that. And his thumb and his forefinger start to glow for a second as he snaps his fingers in the air. And he kind of does this wrist flick, and I overlay my map on top of his. And I go, continue.
this does look like good intelligence work. Yes, your guess, and
he points at the place spot where you thought the Fatima would be.
That is likely where Fatima is, according to our intelligence as well. The general landed somewhere in that region, or the count landed somewhere in that region earlier today, and is likely already linked up. However, they are still dispersed. Our assault should draw some of them away.
I mean, this all sounds fine and dandy, but for the most part, how do we actually get to there? I mean, we have the location. Are you joining us, or are we in this alone?
This is a job for you yourself. We have forces which are untrained guerrilla militia. Our job will be to just keep them from running in this assault.
Yeah, Darian, you didn't hear this? We're the scalpel. If you look at the map over here, we could probably cut through here and back there and through over there and make a left turn around what looks like Albuquerque and shoot right behind them, and we'll fight them all by ourselves while they provide the full frontal assault.
Oh, so you mean to actually say that we really are the sledgehammer, not a scalpel, just from the sledgehammer from behind?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, well, that sounds fun.
Our assault will begin in 3 hours. If you agree, and your contract will be updated to note it as such.
Well, sounds like fun. So, Captain, or acting Captain.
So let me just get this straight real quick. That means we're going to avoid most of the fighting, right?
Oh, yeah, we're going to have our own fighting.
Okay. Well, but less.
Maybe.
Stella cuts in at this point and goes,
"It is inadvisable to take this ship into combat. The Gray Topaz is not a combat vessel. You will likely have to move overland."
Yep, I kind of figured so. Kind of figured.
It doesn't seem that hard.
So, Stella, I'm gonna affix, or I'm gonna need Thomas to affix emergency transponder beacons to each one of the mechs. At the tail end of the mission, when we accomplish such, we're gonna trigger that 3 times to notify you in case we need a hot exfil. And we're gonna loot, scoot, and boogie the hell out of here. Give me half an hour to look over the maps, and we'll plot a course, and I guess we're taking this mission.
Excellent. You have 3 hours until our assault begins. Take as much time as you want. We will not be able to survive that assault for much longer, though. Maybe 20 minutes.
And who's to say they're going to stop after we take him out?
It's the risk we take.
Fantastic.
So we have people who are ready and willing to die. And, well, I'm not really willing or ready to die today, so...
So, but if we complete the mission, do we keep assaulting or do we just leave? Do we help them on front line or just leave?
That's something to discuss later.
Can
you show
us
us where-
leaving?
Can you show us on the map where the cluster of fighting is going to be? Your main force.
Certainly.
He pulls up the map, and it's about maybe 1 kilometer, 2 kilometers north of the of where the location is.
Okay.
He makes it pretty clear that your job is to kill the general. Not even kill the general, incapacitate the general. It doesn't matter how you do it. You got to take him out in some way, shape, or form. They're not paying you to go join the front lines. They're paying you to be a strike force that has more training than any of the other groups and has more firepower than even their own group. As you saw earlier from that footage of the fighting, which was, they're guerrilla fighters, and these are modified cell units. They're basically worker robots that have camo painted on them and uploaded combat protocols. It's about it. So
okay. I pull up the ship's maintenance logs, and I pull the transponder beacon codes for each individual unit, and I gather that information, and I toss it to the commander unit that was with us. If for whatever reason you see us on the fields, this is what we're going to look like.
he pauses for a moment, looks down, and see him move his head back and forth, and looks back up.
Affirmative. We have registered your IFF indicators.
Thank you.
Good luck, Gray Topaz.
He gives like a really weird robotic salute, it's looking like that, and then it is unnatural how quick they move. The second they're done, they boost, just run out of the ship. You can see them just and then into the woods. It is. They go from stop to 100 incredibly fast.
Okay. I wait for them to get out of earshot, visual line. Obviously, close the ship back up, and I look at the other three. They're gonna get slaughtered.
I don't know what gave you that idea.
That our problem?
It's against all my good sensibilities as a human to finish this general off and leave their asses hanging in the wind.
I mean,
And I don't know about y'all, but as soon as we take this guy out, and I pull up the holomap again and I flip it around so it's in front of everybody, if we cut through this swath of jungle, we can hit the rear of combat. And even if we just hit and run and distract them for a minute or two, we can probably be a solid deciding factor on more combat.
I don't know if I'm willing to do more than what I'm being paid for, but if that's the job, I guess.
Well, he is captain.
I don't really want to go charging face first up the ass of some enemy units there. So if you don't mind, there's probably a supply depot back there. I'll take that.
I'm not talking about hitting face first into the rear of the enemy. I'm talking about a slow, methodical movement. And I start scanning over the terrain to the rear of where the combat's going to be, and where they're probably going to be protecting the attack from or defending the attack from. If there's ridge points, valley points, hard angles of attack on the rear of the attack position. If we can set up in any of these areas, and I kind of highlight them with my finger as we go, and we hit for a couple volleys, a couple cycles of combat, and then fade into the mists, as it were, I'm pretty sure we can help them and possibly even see a little bonus in our pay.
That all sounds good to me. I mean, I don't know if you've seen it before, but my mech, it moves a lot quicker than most. I can...
I had no idea.
Yeah. It's very, very cool technology. Makes me very, very quick. Yes. But I could use that if you need me to. I can really... I could get there far quicker than the rest of you.
All I know is that I'm pretty much going to be in the thick of things the entire time, so...
Alright, so after our initial assault, we'll weigh on Darian and see how his suit looks before we decide whether or not we're going or where we're going.
Alright. I mean, Astro, would we know if the attacking force... Are they all mechanical? Like, are they also human troops?
They're all human troops. So, I mean...
They're all human, okay.
All human. There are some... He would have kind of filled you in. There are several Echo Sigma units. Like, all of the first generation Echo Sigma units were on this planet. Because they were built for this purpose. And the Echo Sigmas are not the main forces. Think of them as kind of like Green Berets. Their job is to go behind enemy lines, train guerrilla fighters, and help out when they can, but their job is not to stick it in and fight forever. And there are no mechs in this forces. Now, you also know from the intelligence that they gave you that it's a mixed unit. The unit that's currently on Shasavarit is a mixed unit of mechs and infantry and heavy infantry. So, like, it's not like a bunch of rebels fighting against like an army of mechs. It's like a bunch of rebels fighting against a couple of elite forces, some like heavy mech units or light mech units, and then mostly just infantry. So, and they've been doing this for months. Like, you know that they've been doing this for months. But yeah, you're pretty certain that, Steve, that like what they're doing is not necessarily suicide, but it's definitely going to get a lot of them killed. So, all right. Any other discussions before we move on? What do you guys want to?
I'm just taking a look at the.
Go ahead.
I'm just going to take a look at the map, see if there's any terrain features that need to be overcome on our way over to the target.
It depends on your approach. There are a couple different approaches. There's one, because the actual target is on kind of the top of not a mountain, but like on the slope of a mountain, on a higher point. You can go around the mountain and approach it from behind. You can approach it from just through the valley, in front of the mountain, then come straight up. You can try to come at it from an angle. So like, if here's the mountain, you can go around it. You can go straight to it. You can go down and up. There doesn't seem to be anything. There's not like bridges. You don't need to like go across any bridges or anything like that. But it's almost all jungle. The whole planet is mostly just thick jungle, except for the poles.
Okay. Can I get a leadership roll to plan a route of attack?
Yeah, give me a leadership roll.
Yeah. How far are we from where we need to be? Because they said it's going to start in 3 hours, but we probably want to be somewhere close by before then.
Yeah, I mean, you could definitely be there in 30 minutes. It's not far away from where you are.
They're going.
We're talking like maybe 100 kilometers, you know?
Okay.
And you guys move at like 100 meters per second almost with your mechs. So.
And do mechs come standard with boosters and thrusters, or is that something we have to add on?
They come standard with boosters and thrusters for maneuverability, but nothing like it's like a couple of seconds to increase jump to allow you to jump or to move, but nothing to let you like hang time. You'd have to get better stuff for that.
Okay.
That's an 11.
11. So yeah, you definitely. You definitely. What are you looking for? Just tell me what you want to know from that roll.
I want a very advantageous route of attack. Something that they wouldn't expect, and something that we're going to have the upper hand from.
Okay. So you think you can probably the best route in that case would be around the mountain, because they seem to have their forces less present in that area. This seems to be more like that area seems to be more like a kind of a safer zone, or at least it seems to be. There doesn't seem to be a lot of deployment from the intelligence you can see. So that if you go around it and hit it from behind, they won't even be. You're pretty certain they also won't be looking that direction because they'll be looking at where all that combat is going. So,
okay, perfect. So I draw with a little glowy finger the route, and pick the obvious avenues of attack. With a mock setup point for myself. And then after the first shot rings out, say somewhere here and here, Darian and Arthur can begin the grand swath and melee and fuckery, as it were, to disrupt and destroy anything within the camps and leadership, where I'll be slowly moving in, dropping shots and taking out targets of opportunity.
all right.
Captain, are we prioritizing general, or are we shooting anybody?
Our main target and priority is going to be the general.
Okay.
Secondary being this mercenary that we're hearing about.
He's not a mercenary. He's like a elite leader of the nation. He's like like one of the heirs to the throne of Zeno.
If we see him, he's a secondary priority. But our contract says this guy. This guy, though, this heir to the throne, if he gets in a mech, is going to be a little bit of a handful. So I'd like to take him out before things go sideways. And then tertiary targets would be all sorts of supplies. Food, water, any sort of armaments. And then once any oppression is quelled, we can make our way, depending on how we're looking, towards the rear of the enemy lines and start laying down volleys of fire and disrupting the rear. Because they're not going to do enough themselves in this battle. And they're probably going to get wiped out after that.
All right. Any more discussion?
Not from Darren. Darren's just like looking on in at this plan and just taking it in for the most part, because he doesn't want to overstep his boundaries with a group that he's still very new with.
Okay. Wolfsblood, Thomas, are you going to add those transceivers to every one of the mechs?
I'm going to do two things, if you don't mind. Number one, I do want to do the transceivers and make sure that we have our GDFO buttons. Secondly, though, the mech that we took out with the head shaved completely off from it, I would like to take its power core out, throw that, and carry that with me, but I want to jerry-rig it so I can use it as a IED when we get into the base.
Okay. Give me a fix check for that one.
Power cell here. Pressure cooker last show.
So that'd be a 10.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah. You're definitely able to do that. You're rigging it to blow, but it when it blows, it's going to hit anything within a kilometer. Will be within its blast range.
Whoops.
Yeah. I mean, we're and it's definitely one of those things where if it gets hit during combat, if you're carrying it and because it's an unshielded reactor is what you have right now. If you get hit in combat, and it goes through your armor, I'm going to make you roll a 50-50, a 1d2, and on a 1, it blows up. So just note that's the danger for that one.
Okay.
Darian, was Darian doing anything to prepare?
No, not really. He's just kind of gonna wing it.
Yeah. Okay.
Love it.
Let's go with Arthur. Arthur, what are you doing to prepare?
My mech took a little bit of damage, so I would try. If I had the time, I would try to get those 3 hit points back.
Oh yeah,
Just
easily.
like repair armor and things like that, and then that would really be it.
Yeah, you have the tools and stuff like that to repair, and Thomas has the know-how. If he like I said, if you want to take a little bit longer, you guys have 3 hours. It only take you 30 minutes to get that set up. So, and Steve, what are you doing?
I'm going to go over the maps twice, 3 times, almost obsessively. Once making sure my mech is outfitted and reloaded, repainted from any scuffs or anything like that. Kind of just rechecking everything. It's at this point, it's almost neurotic the way he goes over everything and he's making sure that everything's right. Like this could go drastically wrong quickly, and it went from a milk run to a milk run with added flavor.
Strawberry
chocolate. Yeah, strawberry milk run.
Yeah, right.
All right, and if that's it, I want everyone. First off, are you guys going to be stealthy in your approach? Or are you just going to keep kind of like walk just normally?
Whatever the captain says.
I'd like to do stealthy, but can y'all do stealthy?
We'll find out.
Yeah, you can try.
So if I can suggest then, I can travel. Considering we've got comms and transponders, we know where each of us are, and we can shield those transponders from enemies. Correct?
Yes, but a clever, info sec will probably be able to get your information or be able to pick that up.
Okay, so this is our plan of movement. I'm going to move X amount of space in front of the rest of you with my ECM active, and I will be on this path. If not on it directly, off of it ever so slightly on either direction, and I'll move ahead of all of you. Feeding back information in short, collected bursts, and then turning comms back off as I go. You guys can check your HUDs for the information updates as they come through, and I will feed that back to your comms until we get to the ambush point.
Okay.
Sound good?
Yes.
Everybody all right with this?
Sounds great. I just want to let you know that my mech isn't exactly suited for stealth combat, so if we get caught, it's not my fault.
Okay, which is why I'll move up ahead of the rest of you.
I mean, he is a giant walking crane on 4 legs. It's not stealthy.
So my question is this: is there we're supposing there's a supply depot, but I do anticipate these guys would have a staging area that they have been coming out of, and there's probably supply drops that have been coming in from space. Is that correct?
Yeah, there's definitely there's various supply drops in staging areas. This is one of those areas. So,
is there another road that leads in towards them, where maybe they would have had construction equipment moving in order to get that set up?
Yes, but not in that direction. The direction they chose was the least traveled area. There's no roads they built or anything else like that in that area.
Because everybody at home, to give you guys a little bit of flavor, my mech is actually a quadruped. It's a platform with a very large crane on top, and it is painted in black and yellow construction color. So I tend to stick out a little.
Just a little.
Tiny bit.
So, what I want you guys to do, based off this plan, Steve, give me 2 stealth checks, and everybody else or sneak checks, and everybody else give me a sneak check. And the difficulty is no modifiers, but the difficulty is actually, you know what? A +1 modifier, because you guys are actually going through an area that's a little bit, because you made that such a good leadership role. and the difficulty is 4.
I'm doing this with Dex, right?
How did I get a 0?
Try it again. Yeah.
Ah.
Okay.
You didn't roll a 0 on mine.
Oh, he did on
For
mine.
me, it says 0.
Yeah.
That's so weird.
It's
What
still
the-
saying 0.
Well, I
I'm
think
looking
it's
at
the
it.
readout, but if you look at the roll, you actually are rolling numbers. It's the readout.
Yeah, it's 6 plus
Yeah.
4 plus 2.
Oh, there's a double plus. That's why.
Oh.
It's +2 plus 1.
So it's 10. Yeah, you
Oh,
got
try
it.
that again.
You did it. There we go. Darian's good. Thomas is good. Everyone made the sneak check. And the first roll, I'll double check the first roll. The first roll, you made it. Yes, because you got a 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Yeah,
So,
you got it.
Yeah. So, yeah, you both make it. So, I'm going to paint the scene for you guys as this. So, you are going through the woods, you know, it's a boom, boom, boom. But you're hugging the side of the mountain. So, the mountain isn't, and like you're on the edge of the forest where like the jungle is starting to kind of taper off into the rocks. So, you're able to kind of stay into the trees a little bit. Steve is running ahead and then kind of sending you reports and giving you guys directions, you know, like change your degrees here and there. But you're able to carefully move. It takes you about an hour or so, but you're carefully able to move up into position to a position where you're overlooking the this target, which is maybe about a kilometer away from where you guys are able to get to this overlook position. And you still have about, I'll say, an hour before the assault begins.
Okay.
I'll paint the picture for the where you can see, but you're gonna have to give me more rolls and more idea of like what you guys are doing. So what you're seeing there is 2 mechs are there. One is entirely covered. It's kind of like crouched down, like it's almost like in a storage position, and it's covered by a camo net. And then you see another one that's standing up. That there's some services, like it's like some people like kind of servicing it. You can see the kind of the sparks of welding torches. You see people. It's so far away you can still see them, but it's like they're little blobs almost. You know, you can see the outlines of them. You can't put out a lot of details. Kind of moving around. Based off of just a general guess, you'd probably say there are like 20 people down there at that site, maybe 30. It's hard to tell because there's a lot of activity moving on. People kind of driving crane or like forklifts around, it looks like, or other like small trucks to bringing supplies in and out.
Okay. So to see if I can get a little bit more information, better detail, I'm gonna lift the railgun and motion Thomas to move closer, and use him as a shooting platform. Okay. And lean in behind the scope and see if I can gather more intel, and then in short bursts feed the intel to the others.
All right, give me a notice roll.
Okay. Any modifiers or no?
+1 because you got a good position where you are.
Can I assist?
Yes, you can assist. Remember that the maximum you can assist is by 1, but anyone can assist.
Wisdom, right? Maybe.
I think it's wisdom.
Notice?
For notice.
Yeah, I think it's wisdom.
All right, I'll let you roll first so I can see if I get the modifier or not.
6.
You do. Difficulty was 6.
All
right. So you've got an 8 because you already added the bonus. So, you look through the scope and you know you're it's for flavor because you know you're a robot. You don't need to look through the scope, but you know, or you're in a giant mech. But you use your sensors. You're able to kind of get in a little bit further, like enhance. You see a few soldiers walking around. Like most of the soldiers walk around are green fatigues, yellow stripe across the chest, kind of going down, which is the symbol of the Empire of Zeno. Most of them look like average soldiers. Some people kind of directing things around, but you see 4 individuals with capes, big red flowy capes, with like a much more like the same kind of uniform, but it's a little bit more like decorative. There's more medals and stuff like that. 2 of the 3, I think I said 3. 2 of the 3 are just have hats on, and one of them has something covering his face, so it's hard to kind of make out his face. But he walks up to another one who's one who looks like they're in much more like again more formal attire, a little bit more like rank, like higher rank of some kind, and they're discussing. They're talking back and forth about something. The one who they're talking to is getting very animated in gesturing and talking, while the other one is very calm as they're talking.
Hey guys, look, I'm a giant UAV.
Yeah.
I continue gathering intel as the time goes by, and I'm just gonna sit there with my augmented ECM projector on.
Okay. Give me a. Are you sending this information to all the rest of the crew?
In short bursts, yes.
Okay. So everyone give me a no roll. Difficulty 6.
Seven for Thomas.
Okay.
No
8,
is
right?
intelligence.
It's intelligence, yeah.
9 for Arthur.
10 for Steven.
All of you have looked at the intel briefs, and all of you know 2 things about this, because you guys did really well. You all know that the guy who's being very animated and gesturing, that's General Fatima. And the guy who you can't really see the face of matches the reports of Count Gerzil, the count you were warned about.
Oh, great.
There's not been a lot of description about what his face looks like, and he seems to be wearing something again that covers his face. So,
Okay.
They're in the open. You have a very large kinetic weapon,
You beat me to it.
and they're in range.
You beat me to it.
Yeah, they are.
Killed it before the mech?
Information on the 2 mechs. What kind of mechs they are? What kind of range profile they have?
One is a standard. Pull up the actual title for it. One is the standard Frontier light shock mech, which is from that the Empire of Zeno uses. They're the ones you fought earlier. They have a light laser and a heavy machine gun. These are standard armaments. All Zeno mechs are equipped with escape pods for survivability. And the other one is what's it called? Is a version of the Cyclops mech, which Thomas identified earlier as being kind of a unique mech. It's called the Delphi mech. It's a type that is used for extreme, and that's the one that's being serviced right now. It's the one that's being used for like special forces or for like very special individuals, very very specific individuals who are like very very good in combat.
Okay.
And that one actually carries a side blade, a heavy machine gun, and an escape pod. So it's more designed for a combination, like closer range. The average range of all of these is 500 meters, kind of thing.
Okay. And we're how far out?
About 1 kilometer.
Okay. So this is reach out and touch someone range. Got it.
Mm-hmm.
Reach out, touch me.
That's what I plan on doing. So I'm going to sit there, sensor locked, in essence, aiming on our primary target, on Thomas, while the time ticks down. I'm going to be following his every movement
Okay.
with the barrel of my rifle.
Okay.
And right before that timer ticks down to 0, like, because they're robots that we're fighting with, we know, these guys are mechanical to the T. They're going to start it exactly at the time they told us, right?
Exactly. Yeah, they're robots. So.
So, like, quite literally 4 or 5 seconds before it happens, if Thomas wants to give me an assist, I'm going to tee off and rip that target's head clean off before he even knows it's coming.
Okay, before you do that, give me another notice roll.
Like, this is some dirty pool, man.
Yeah. 8 is the difficulty for this one.
Notice.
But you've got to. Actually, I'll reduce it to 7 because you've been there for long enough and you've been kind of unnoticed for that long.
Would Steven have said that? Because my weapon also can hit out that far or this far.
Yeah, I'll say that out loud.
Okay.
Notice is only a 5.
Okay. Just want to make sure. All right. So, you wait for the couple seconds before the assault's supposed to begin. Give me okay. So this is where we're going to use that modified system. Wolf's Blood. Give me a leadership check. Let me pull up the actual rules here so we can remember how this works.
I'm very, very concerned I failed that roll. Is there any way I can re-roll that? Use any points or anything?
No.
Oh, God. No fate points? No.
You stay with your rose, boy.
Oh, God.
It's nothing bad. It's just going to add some complications, is all I'm going to say.
Oh, great. I love complications.
Choose one within the back.
Leadership of 7.
All right. So, down to space. All right. So, spaceship actions. Okay. So we said that. So essentially what you're doing is you're doing the general actions. What you're doing, Thomas, is you're doing the above and beyond, deal with the crisis, or do your duty. And I guess this is just do your duty is what you're doing, and you get a bonus.
Right.
Yeah. So I do your duty, and we said it was a 6 is typical, so you got a 7. So you get 2 command points, Cyclone, to use in whatever combat action you want. This can be, and I'm guessing you're trying to improve your attack ability a little bit?
Yeah, that's about right.
Okay, so you can use one of those on target systems, which is essentially just like you're bearing down, you will not miss. Or you can, you won't miss. Essentially, what I'll do for this, if you want to use that, is you remember that ability, your assassin ability, that gives you that you don't miss, and if you're half range or if you're point blank, it basically you won't miss. If you shoot at this point.
Okay.
So, let me play this out. A couple seconds before everything pops off, Thomas starts feeding you telemetry in a little bit more, like helping to adjust for the wind and variation with his crane, just kind of like keeping you steady. And a couple seconds, you bear down. You are pipped right on him. You've got everything perfectly accounted for. And the general is kind of talking with another kind of lower individual. In the meantime, by the way, the Count Gurzel just kind of goes out of range. You can't really see him through the trees, and from your position, he becomes. It's hard for him to see. Hard to see him. You let off the round. It just fires off this rail shot. It goes straight in, and you see it connect and ripple off of something between him and the target. And you see the ripple kind of go out a little bit further and realize that this entire camp has a shield around it. So everyone is instantly aware of like what's going on. They're kind of confused, looking around, and you start hearing the klaxons sound. And as you hear the klaxon sound in the distance, you start hearing combat erupt. Small arms fire, some large guns coming in. in the background. Everyone, roll me some initiative.
I had no idea they had generators.
Astro, would it be fair to say that I would have my booster like ready to go before all this happened? Or
Yeah, I
would you
assume
prefer-
so. Yeah.
Oh. What?
I wanted to send the result of this roll to the turn tracker, but no valid token was selected.
Don't worry about it. There's no tokens for this one for right now.
10 because of the booster.
10. Okay. So we've got Arthur's first, then Cyclone, then Thomas, then Darian. And I'm going to roll for them real quick. Okay. Okay. And so it's going to be Arthur, then Jack, or so Arthur, then Steve, then the soldiers, then then Gurzel, then Thomas, and then lastly Darian. Okay. So, as the klaxons go off, whoop, 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 and you hear the combat in the background, you see people just panicking. Some people are panicking, running around, trying to do. Other people are grabbing guns and reporting to somebody. Some people who are kind of directing it. The general is immediately trying to figure out what's going on. He's shouting, pointing every direction. And the mech that was kind of, you see the netting on the mech that was being taken apart, being taken off, but it's going to take a while for them to get ready. And you see someone's trying to climb up onto the mech that was being serviced, and looks like Gurzel. But it's going to take them around. So you guys have one round to go. You are 1 kilometer away. There is a shield, and based off of that shot, it's about 500 meters across. So you'd have to get within 500 meters to get inside that shield. These are not like shields that are impenetrable. You can still walk through them, but they stop, ballistic rounds. Things are going super fast.
Oi.
So first up is Arthur. What are you doing?
Would I know if the shield would stop my laser?
Yes, it would stop your laser.
Okay, then if that's the case, as soon as it starts happening, Arthur's gonna do what Arthur does, and I'm just gonna do full speed movement towards the camp.
Okay, full speed. So that's
I can do 100 meters in a round.
Okay, so you're booking it towards them in 100 meters. All right.
Yeah, I'm doing full speed as fast as I can. If I can double run, I would, but I'm just full speed towards the camp.
Okay. Then it is Steve. Steve, you're up.
Ironically enough, the little assassin bot that could does almost like a pirouette, ripping the weapon off of Thomas's platform, and with a massive sprint burst, keeps right on up with Arthur, just charging right into him with him side by side.
Okay, so you're running straight in with Arthur.
Yep.
All right. Then it is Thomas. You're up.
Is the depot inside of the shield as well, given it's only 500 meters?
Yes, and not much of it. I mean, like some of it is. The landing pad you can see is outside of it, but like where they're keeping all that information stuff is inside the shield.
Is there anything on the landing pad?
No, not at the moment.
All right. I'm going to brake to the left and start heading towards that way. I am not moving full speed, so I can keep a little... I want all the attention of them not on me.
Okay.
I'm going to stay within the tree line. I'm going to start moving over towards that supply area, but keep behind cover because I don't want to be noticed at this point.
Okay. Darian.
The big old sneaky giraffe.
Darian's gonna start moving towards the base as well, following behind Arthur.
Okay. So I'm going to give you guys double movements, I'm assuming, because none of you guys are going to try and do any attack moves or anything else like that. So you can move, I think the maximum is 200 meters. So you guys are able to get about 200 meters towards your targets pretty quickly. And then we're going to restart. In this new round, you see Gurzel. You guys can see much clearer now that Gurzel is climbing into his mech. He's like strapping in. He's closing the cockpit doors, and he's starting to the process of like booting up his mech as the other mech is slowly beginning to kind of like be put into combat positions. You see a couple of soldiers kind of looking around, kind of trying to secure the perimeter, heading behind cover with their rifles. In the distance, you're seeing explosions go up, and as the combat seems to be getting more intense in the distance. But back to Arthur. Arthur, you're first up.
We're still outside of the shield, right? So I just keep on moving.
Yeah.
I do the full movement
Double
again.
movement? Okay, so
Yep.
yeah, you'll get within 100 meters of the shield. You're just sprinting. You're not concealing your movement at this point.
He wouldn't know any better. So yeah, I'm just going right at it, just as fast as I can.
Okay. Then it is Steve. You're up.
Letting him take point. I suddenly slow half a step as my ECM suite kicks on.
Okay. So you'll move like what? 180 meters rather than 200 meters.
Yeah, literally that short. I'm going to add though into it the sneak roll, if that's all right with you.
That's fine. Give me a sneak roll. Difficulty 8, because you're in the middle of combat.
I gotta double check. I don't know if my ECM gives me a sneak modifier or not.
It doesn't, but it the ECM slows you down a little bit, but it gives you basically what it counts as is anything that comes towards you is less has a -2 AP to its profile. I think is what it is. It basically makes you harder to hit.
Okay, there's an 8.
8, that's what you needed. So you kind of disappear into some of the brush and are kind of becoming more concealed as you're on your approach, whereas Arthur's just kind of full-blown sprinting in. Some of the soldiers seem to notice you, Arthur, and they're pointing at you, and you see some of them like running back, trying like some of them like pull back from their positions to run towards the some buildings, while the other ones are kind of setting up and take an aim at you to give themselves a little bonus for when you get within range. Then it is Gurzel, who is still. He manages to finish booting up his mech, and he seems to be ready and looks in your direction. Then we've got Thomas. Thomas, you're up.
I'd like to belay my action.
Okay, you're waiting.
Yep.
Okay, tell me when you want to pop back in. Darian.
It'll be
what are
at
you
the
doing?
end of this.
Okay.
He's still gonna. So Darian's gonna still be moving a little bit closer to the camp, like
Okay.
trying to get towards the landing field.
Okay. So you're moving. You're heading straight to the landing bay, to the landing
Right.
pad. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Then it is back to top of the order. Arthur.
All right, so
Oh wait, Thomas.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mine. Are people being pulled away from the supply depot at this point? I'm assuming
Yeah.
they would either be coming towards the mechs or heading towards the fighting that's happening on the opposite side, correct?
Yeah, you see some people piling into trucks and driving away, and some people, but like the depot seems to have minimal people protecting it right now.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and seeing Darian pulling ahead of me. I'm going to go ahead and double my speed, heading towards that depot as well. But that'll leave me 100 meters behind Darian.
Okay.
Thank you, Meat Shield.
Now it's Arthur. You're up.
Okay, so I would like to once again do my round of movement to get within the shielding, and as soon as I pass through the shielding, if I can identify where the general is at, I would like to take a shot at wherever the general is currently sitting at.
Okay, give me a notice roll, and I'll let you know if you can see him, and then I'll let you take the shot.
Any modifiers?
No modifiers.
Nine.
9. Okay, yeah. You're able to see him directing movement away. Some movement away. He's in the middle of the group. He's keeping them together. There's a couple of you could see a couple of folks panicking, and he's like grabbing them by like the shirt collars, like throwing them around, getting them up. You can see he's the one who's keeping them from like panicking and bolting at this point. He's about 400 meters away.
Okay, yeah, I'll try to take a shot at him.
Okay, remember that you are using a anti-vehicle laser. Yeah.
Captain said to shoot the general, so I'm shooting the general.
Do it.
Because why not? If I can laser him. Okay.
We're going to liquefy a soft target.
Best way to do it.
Astro, any mod? Or target?
Well, I think that there's some penalties for using an anti-vehicle laser. I'm gonna double check that real quick.
I think I don't get the pen.
Yeah, you don't get. I don't think you get the armor penetration for it because it's like a difference between anti-vehicle and anti-infantry.
Yeah, there's an. I have it right here.
Anti-air versus anti-vehicle. Standard gunnery weapon. Recalibrate for mech use. When a target hits his armor, it can reroll any ones on the damage dice. So you're going after armor, you can reroll the ones. So yeah, so you just don't get that. Go ahead.
17 for 19 damage.
Yep.
I think you could probably do something like that, Wolf's Blood. So let me double check. I think he's definitely hit. So,
surprise! Wham!
I think he's in the middle of like gesturing towards somebody, and the second he's gesturing for someone, your laser just out, and he just incinerates, just in a puff of smoke around there as that happens, just right in front of somebody, like just covered in like a little bit of blood and dust in front of their faces as they do that.
You just hear.
I got him! I got him! And like my mech stops moving. I'm just like, yeah, I got him!
He's so
All right.
excited. It's adorable.
Now it's your turn there, Steve.
He's in his mech now. The other guy.
Okay. Yeah, he's in his mech, and his mech is now gone through its boot up sequence, and it's ready to move.
Okay. How close am I?
You're about 600 meters away.
Okay. So not within point blank.
No. And you'll
how far
have to move about 100 meters to get within inside the shield.
How far is the standard move for me? With a movement speed of 4?
Movement speed of 4 is 4 times 10, or 4 times 20 is what it is. So,
Okay, so
yeah, 80. Because you just decided to stand back a little bit from.
yeah, no, I wanted to. I slowed my movement down so I could activate my ACM.
Yeah.
All right, I guess I have to move within the parameters.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna drop my ACM, my regular movement back.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll be 5 times 20 is 100.
Yep.
So I
you
move
can get it
just
within.
And the Phantom of the Opera is gonna get a railgun shot into the back.
Go for it.
Do I get any bonuses from shooting from hidden or no?
No.
That's an
Okay.
8 to hit. Oh, I probably should use.
Yeah, use the attack. Yeah.
I don't know how to do that actually.
So on your sheet,
Yes.
turn it down. Let me turn you up a little bit as well. I think we're a little quiet compared to everything else.
Maybe.
I'm bringing up your. Oh, there it is. Yeah. So you miss with the shot. Let me double check to make sure that's correct.
I don't think I added in all my modifiers and everything on that.
Yeah, you'd have one attack bonus, so that would be 8 So you rolled a 7. So yeah, you fire a shot off, but you kind of been moving in and out, trying to stay a little bit hidden. Because you fired that shot though, because you had that hidden roll earlier, you are not seen. Like when you take the fire, it seems like it comes out of nowhere, out of the bushes, kind of thing. No one sees you.
Okay.
So now it is the soldiers' turn. You see Arthur go, I got him, and then all of the soldiers start firing at you. The second yeah, with their rifles.
shit.
So, they
just
I don't
hear
know if they, yeah. All right, so they've got combat rifles, so they don't do a lot, but I'm going to roll a couple of them. Does that hit your AC?
No. AC 17.
Okay.
Nope. Nope. That one does.
And then the last one.
That one does.
Nope.
So that one does 10 damage, but what's your AP, your armor?
10.
Yeah, so it does no damage.
Just so, yeah.
It's just the scene of I got him, and then just it's just like small arms fire just bounces off of you. One, and then it just like wing you in like some it's armored still, but it like wings you in the face. It's just like or they're shooting around you.
Overcomes from like the other side of the battlefield. Did you set off fireworks on your armor?
Yes,
right now.
That's fun.
All right, now it's Gurzil who sees you and is going to move towards you,
boy.
firing his machine gun at you. He's,
Darian, save me! Darian, I choose you!
All right, firing his heavy machine gun at you. That hits you
That hit.
for
but
damage.
I
You
soak 10.
soak. It's AP 5. So
Oh, it is. So it hits me for 1.
for 1, yeah. So you're like, I got him, and then he kind of pops off and just like, oh yeah, cool, I'm good. And then he pulls. You see Gurzil through the trees, kind of raises his hand with his machine gun and just, and like the shots just slam into you and just cut through some of your armor a little bit as he's approaching. And the other guy is still trying to get into his mech and trying to get everything booted up and working. Now it is Thomas. You're up.
You said this is a high velocity shield, correct?
Yes.
This is going to be fun.
Oh,
All right.
no. I already know what you're doing. Oh god.
So
The range is 1 kilometer. The range is 1 kilometer. You're within the range of the explosion.
Bye, everybody. It's been fun.
I am not in range of the explosion if I throw it through the shield to the other side.
That's
And
true.
then, because when it explodes, it comes back and it hits the shield,
And then reflects back. Yeah.
and then hopefully,
Points.
no, I actually want the shield to do the
drop?
thing, collapse. Yeah. So what I'm actually looking at doing, I want to use my crane as a catapult. Take that IED that I've got at full speed. That way I get the range that I am needing. I'm going to barrel down the slope, sling this thing while I plant my front legs. So basically my entire mech is going to somersault to get as much velocity behind this thing as possible. Throw it through the shield at an angle. So that it will land. So it will land on the other side and explode there and come back.
Oh god.
Okay.
I'm not gonna let this thing hit the ground on my turn. Now,
Okay.
if my theory is correct, that this shield is as strong as I think it is, the explosion is going to cause massive shockwave, which is going to bounce off the inside of the shield and shoot back into the camp.
Yeah.
Like a giant microwave.
No. I'm not throwing it into the shielded area. I'm throwing it actually. If you picture that dome that the shield is creating,
Yeah.
it's going in through the wall closest to me, but traveling all the way through the other side.
Oh my god.
So actually through the dome, because I'm at a shorter tangent to the circle, and then having it blow back. Hopefully it overwhelms the shield, and it's going to cause a nice little distraction.
Oh, so you're trying to hit it on the other side of the shield.
On the other side of the shield.
So that
because
you're overloading it.
Because remember,
Yeah.
I am not trying to kill anybody.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't like to kill people. I was going to say, like, aren't you a pacifist? Isn't this mass destruction?
It is mass destruction
here.
just on the outside of the shield, but there's not any people yet.
Yeah. So you're aiming for, like, the landing pad. You're trying to throw it and hit the landing pad and then go back. Okay. All right.
Because I see that my guys are... Darian's going to be protected. Those two guys are protected. I'm throwing it so that the shield is also going to be between me and where this thing finally lands and explodes.
I love this plan, by the way. I love this plan for how ridiculous this is going to go. All right, so,
Oh, fuck. One guy using the latrine outside of the shield is going to be really annoyed.
Okay, so I'm gonna make you do a shoot roll. Give me a
That's
shoot roll.
not the
for
worst
this.
thing you could have done.
Yeah. And this is gonna be difficult, so you have to get an 8 or better.
Oh my god.
Any modifiers?
No modifiers.
Oh.
There's nothing that's stopping you from doing this.
Here we go.
Oh, okay. So, roll me a 1d2, and I'll tell you where it lands.
It's going to hit right in front of him.
Inside the circle.
Oh, it does inside the
the
circle.
shield.
I'm screwed. Bye,
All I've
everybody.
got is a D4, so there you go. It's a
Okay.
3.
It's
So
a 1.
a 1.
So, here's what happens. It doesn't hit where you're planning on hitting, but it does hit towards where the supply depot is. So you charge down the hill, you plant your front foot and do a somersault as you trebuchet this improvised nuclear reactor through the air. It falls back. It bounces off of the shield, doesn't explode, and then as it's coming down to the ground, it detonates on the side where Darian is, but not within. It's gonna have to go around the shield to hit where Darian is. So,
Okay.
and it detonates with a nuclear blast.
So, what's the damage die on that one?
Roll me a roll me a
Can we take a
D100.
snap? Can we take a snap at Darian's face right now?
I love that. When you said it lands on the same side as Darian, his face was just perfect.
Yep. That's
bad.
about a normal dice roll.
Roll a D100. That's how much
roll
damage.
D100?
No. I want him to roll one D100. I want you to roll a different roll, but we'll get to that.
Because I figured as soon as Darian saw the general go down, he said "Okay, we're done. Let's leave."
Yeah, that was exactly his train of thought.
Ooh, that's a lot of damage.
68 damage. Now,
close.
Darian, because you're kind of covered from this, you only would take half of that damage, but I'm also going to let you roll, because you see it coming. You can see this thing hurling through the air. So that's, 34 damage? So give me another check to reduce it even further. This will reduce that by half. So instead of 34, it will be 20 or 17.
17.
Okay. What roll am I giving you?
So give me a roll of let's go with this one.
Is it a saving throw?
Exert. Give me an exert roll. Or you can do a physical or the evasion roll. Give me either
Evasion saving throw, yeah.
Yeah, the evasion saving throw.
Because I would let him dive into the shield.
I don't know why it says. I don't know why it wouldn't be that high. Do it one more time.
He rolled a 5.
I know. We'll do it one more time. Okay, that's fine. I don't know what that was. So, Darian, what's your armor?
My armor is 15.
15? Okay. So, instead of taking 68, or instead of taking, 34 damage, because of your roll, you're not going to take 17, but you will take 20. So how this works is your armor soaks up what your armor is. So your armor is what? 17 you said? Or is
my armor is 15, but I'm also
15?
using does this come in as AP?
Yes. No, it doesn't come as AP. It's no AP.
Oh, okay. Okay,
So-
yeah. Then my armor is 15.
Yeah. So you soaked up 15 damage. You take 5 damage as the flames just engulf you as you like kind of protect yourself at the last moment as it comes through. But you do see the shield ripple and just collapse. It just disappears from the shot. However, you also see secondary explosions as the supply depot just starts is exploding from the secondary blast.
The rain of radiation that you just wrecked on this fucking planet.
Jesus.
Well, we can all go home, folks. Planet's not inhabitable anymore. Everybody out. Machines got their planet back. We're
Fire
good.
is the forest is on fire. There's just a hole where that thing detonated from. All of your screens kind of go staticky from the radiation exposure at first.
Now, the important question: Count Dooku, aka the Phantom of the Opera, aka secondary target.
Yeah.
How's he looking? He looking a little like a microwave burrito right now.
I'm gonna. He took a lot of damage. I'm gonna do his saving throw and see what he does. He took half damage because he was inside the shield when what happened. So same thing.
Okay.
But where is he? Here he is. Okay.
Oh.
So as the flames kind of disappear and as the things you kind of everything your static your vision returns from the cameras and everything from the EMP blast that hit temporary disruption. You see him standing there like Superman posed, like down like in a corner, and then he kind of steps up, and as he steps up, like plates fold back into his suit that had protected him from that blast. And he kind of like gestures almost as if like he's like flexing a little bit, and then points his gun back out towards Arthur. All right, now Darian.
Okay, so
You're engulfed in fire. Everything is dead.
But Thomas put a fan in his cockpit, so he's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's cool. You're very, very. You're actually a little cold, you know.
From the EMP, the fan's stuttering. It doesn't want to stay on.
the best part about all this is that Darian has like an extra 8 health because of his Star Captain level 2. So
Yeah.
it's like it didn't do any damage to him really. So he's kind of like he's like a little bit in shock. He's like, I can't. He hates everything about this right now. So how far am I? Because I already know that we killed the captain based on Arthur's excitement, right?
Yeah, you heard it over the comms. You're inside the shield bubble. I think you said you. Oh no, you're not inside the shield bubble because you moved.
Right.
What
Yeah,
shield bubble?
I was like right behind it at the time.
You're like 600 meters away.
Okay. So I still see that everyone's engaged in combat.
Yes.
So I'm going to run as quickly as I'm able towards the camp, so that way I can at least try to help them either pull back or to be able to start engaging in combat within the next turn or two.
Okay. What's your speed?
3.
3. Okay, so you can move 60 meters. No, 120 meters. 120 meters.
No,
Yeah.
60.
120.
You were right the first time. It was
Well, no,
60.
because he's taking the full turn to run.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
Yeah, 120. So you're inside the shield. Well, no, there's no more shield. The shield's gone, baby.
Yeah,
It's gone, by the way.
that's pretty accurate. What
Just in case we forgot.
you're running through the ashes, like fire is licking all over your mech as you're running through this. You know, you see like the shield managed to protect some of the people inside from getting the full blast, but you see some of them they're like rolling on the ground, putting themselves out, or some of them are like panicking, like running around like what is going on kind of thing.
That one dude over there, he's about to have a third leg. That guy has already got a fifth nipple.
All right. Let's I guess it's now Arthur's turn. Arthur, what are you doing?
My turn again. Okay, so I'm trying to visualize. So I want to start flanking around the general. Is there any way I could do that while running through the guys who are shooting at me? Just like trying to step on some of them?
Yes, you could.
Okay, so I'd like to shoot while I'm doing that. So I'd like to try to shoot him while trying to like turn him and like run away. So I try to start flanking him. So either he looks at me and like gives his back to everyone else, or you know, that kind of thing.
Okay, give me a perform check for this.
Perform or pilot?
Pilot, yeah.
Pilot, okay.
This would be difficulty 8 for pilot.
Okay. Any mods?
No mods.
Okay. Is this a dex attribute or is there something else?
I think it's Dex.
Okay.
Nope. So you're trying to like pay attention to where you're stepping, so you can like step on them as you're running through, but you're also trying to keep him in his line. You're trying to do two things at once, and you're still kind of like I should pay attention more to this dude who with the big mech who's attacking me. Yeah. And so you like they are able to like the soldier able to duck out of your way of your foot stomp, but you do get a shot at the count.
Let the shoe sting begin. Nope. 1.
Nope. Nope.
Damn.
You fire
so many damage.
You fire. You actually trip a little bit on the as you're moving because you're trying to like step on like and you just kind of fire directly into the sky. Like at the last minute, you move it up a little bit too much. All right. Now it is Steve. You're up.
All right. So, homeboy wants to put a superhero landing. Let's see if we can take him down a peg. We're going to line up that shot, shift a little bit with another sneak, and then pop that shot off. Actually, how far am I away from him now?
You are, unless you want to move towards him, you were, I want to say you moved your full 100 in, so you were 500 meters away.
Okay. So I'm within point blank, and he still isn't on there, right?
Yeah, because your range is what, 1K with that thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you're within point blank.
Okay. I'm just gonna take my assassination shot then, and just hit him straight up.
All right, roll me some damage. Just roll the attack, and then unless you get some bonus damage for the assassinate.
I don't. You want me to just roll the damage, or
yeah, just roll the attack you normally would. It gives you damage as well. So. Okay, 12 damage.
12, AP 15, yeah.
AP 15. Okay, so double check his stats.
That was such a bad roll.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. So he does reduce the AP by 5 though because of his armor. So that is. I'm trying to see. Hold on. Let me do some quick. So he takes some damage, but not all of them. So he's down to. Okay, yeah.
That's cool. I thought that rogue would be doing more damage.
You slammed into him. Well, the key is it's AP. So like because he can't soak it up nearly as much. So
yeah.
So he took like a bulk of it. So you slams into him, and you see a piece of his armor, kind of piece of that little like fold-in cape that he had, the armor cape. Piece of that flies off as the railgun packs on him. But now he can see you because you directly hit him. All right, now it is the soldier's turn. They're going to take a shot at Arthur because they're like right underneath him. And the other mech is going to like stand up and be ready to move now. The one that was being prepared. Soldier. 1.
Nope.
2.
Yep.
3. 4.
Yep.
And 5.
Okay. So 21 with the armor of. Yeah.
Well, you take each one. So the first one is 4 damage, so does nothing. Then the second one that hits is 6 damage, does nothing. And then the last one's 11. And what's your armor? So you take 10. So you take 1 damage from that, an additional. Another kind of plinks off and hits you through the armor a little bit. All right, and all right, and then the other one's going to stand up, and he's ready to go, but he is not. He is not going to be able to combat this level because I had to give him some time to prepare. All right, now it is Count's turn. Count is going to notice that you're the threat right now, Steve, as you just plinked it off.
Oh, god damn it!
And he's going to move towards you with his machine gun. He's going to fire it at you. Does 18 hit you?
No.
I don't know what your armor is, so.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. So damage 10, but it's AP 5. So it ignores 5 of your armor.
Can we not?
No, we have to.
Damn it. Alright. So I take 5.
Is your armor 10?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, you take 5 damage. As the machine guns like rip through the foliage and hit you, in your position, and kind of knock off some of your armor and go inside a little bit and do some more damage to your. Remember, we're taking damage to your mech, not to you. You take the damage to the mech first. Once that damage is done, then you can take damage to your person as well. So.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
So I've got 30 hit points to my mech then.
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go.
All right. Next is Thomas. Thomas the Trebuchet.
Why are you laughing already? I'm out of bubs. So, at this point, though, I'm seeing that the fighting is going on over here, and I realize that it's now a 3-on-1 situation.
Mm-hmm.
I know that there is still infantry around here and other individuals.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any larger groups of these guys that are kind of standing around or heading somewhere?
There's a lot of them that are panicking and just running around in groups.
I am going straight at them, full speed, blaring over my loudspeaker. I am death. I am coming for you. And doing everything everything possible just to scare them and try to herd them away, and just to get them running away. I don't even care what direction, as long as it is away.
That sounds like an intimidate of some kind. So I would say let's see.
Perform?
Yeah, let's go for a perform. I can see that. Because you're trying to make it sound like you're badder and meaner than you actually are.
Exactly.
Okay.
6.
You seem to get some of them,
Yep.
but not all of them.
Hey, some is better than none.
Yeah.
I'm also being careful not to step on anybody.
So you're doing your best to not step on anybody as you're like, I am death. I am coming, but it's a little bit of a squeak, so it's like, I am death. I'm coming. Rick, no. Kind of.
He's Morty.
People are just freaking out because they just got nuked. Their general is a pile of dust. And some viscera, and a giant crane is screaming, "I am death!" as it's charging towards them. A little confusion right now.
We are professionals.
Can we get him a mock sight plate out of like scrap metal when we're done?
You make one. You can build one or find one. They're pretty easy to find.
Fantastic. I'm down.
You also check the supply crash if there's any that survived, because the explosions were ammo, all right.
Yeah, buddy.
So,
Okay.
now it is Darian.
So how far am I and and this guy that just shot at Steve?
Okay, so you're about 60 meters, because he's been kind of closing distance as well. You're within distance of taking on Gurzel. You're within 30 meters of the other mech that just stood up and finished its starting protocols.
I'm gonna go and take on the mech that just started its starting up protocols. So I'm going to move up to it, and as Darian is moving, he's readying his MES knife to take a swing, like a really quick swing, hopefully.
Okay, you get a +1 because he's completely like defenseless essentially right now.
What is the rolls, dude? Wait, hold on. Yeah, no, I guess. Wait, it's not rolling a.
Try it again, one more time.
You rolled a 3 on it.
No, I guess it
Is
worked.
that right? Okay.
Yeah, you rolled a 3 and then +1/+1.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So yeah, you come in, you swipe, and you just miss as you're coming in, but you're there now. You're there. You're in front of him. Now it is top of the order. It's Arthur. You notice that that he's moving towards that the count is moving towards Steve.
Okay, instead of running away, as soon as I see that, I'm gonna go back towards him, or start running. I'm gonna try to divert his attention. So as he's looking at Steve, I'm gonna try my best to start closing the distance, but also I guess continuing to try to go out and get around him.
Okay,
So,
you're trying because he's not paying attention to you, so you're trying to get around him so you can try to. Flank him.
I want to make sure that I'm still a threat, so that he has to at least think about it or something like that. So
Okay, you'll get a +1 to the attack because he's diverged, but so give me that attack. Are you trying to stomp on the soldier still, or are you just ignoring?
No, I'm just, as soon as he starts going after Steve, I'm just like, I need to help this. So. Okay. 8.
No.
Solid 8. Strong 8.
Strong 8.
Very strong 8.
Give me a perform as well, because you're also trying to make sure that he's paying attention to you other than Steve. At an 8 difficulty with perform. Is what it sounded like. Is you're trying to make him pay attention to you and not Steve.
Is that a Dex perform or is that a Charisma?
I think it's charisma.
Okay. This is gonna be great. Yep.
Nope. All right, so he seems to be not even paying attention to you. You're trying to really get into he's fixated on Steve right now.
Yep.
All right,
That's
Steve,
fair.
you're up.
I don't wanna. Muttering under my breath, please don't end up a can of tuna, please don't end up a can of tuna, please don't end up a can of tuna. I fire off another railgun shot before I move.
Okay, give me a shot. Nope, miss. Swing and miss. All right,
So good, boys.
the soldiers are now going to open fire on you, Arthur. Are you moving away from him? Or are you moving? Which direction are you trying to move?
Oh yeah, I'm getting the hell out of the way. I'm gonna try to put something between me and him so he can't run and hit me.
So you have a couple options. Like you're here, he's over here. So you can move this direction, like to your left, is where Darian is taking on that other guy. You and Arthur's already starting to kind of go around. You can move to the right where there's nobody there, or you can move backwards in any direction as well. Trying to avoid.
Oh no, I'm gonna help kite him towards Arthur.
Okay, so you move to the left.
Yep.
Okay, so you kind of pull back your gun and you start moving that direction. So you're trying to keep in that direction.
Yep.
All right, and now it is the soldiers' turn. The soldiers can continue shooting at Arthur because you shot their commander. And no one's told them to do anything else. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So 2 hit, no damage though, right?
Correct. No, nothing gets through.
Yeah, it's just ting 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 ting. They're firing at you. Then the other one that was fighting that Darian was engaging is now finally activated, and it turns around and tries to take a swing at Darian. No, that's not what it was going to do. Where are you?
In front of
All
him.
right. Yeah, no, I'm trying to do this. D20 plus nothing roll. It hits you. But it's I think it's a D8 is the improvised weapon. Improvised weapon is a D8, yeah. D8. One damage. Doesn't do anything. He just takes his machine gun and like smacks you and just bounces tongue off the metal of the armor. And then tries to back away from you. No, he can't back away from you because he's already engaged. So he's stuck in combat with you. And now it is Thomas, your turn.
How far away am I from Darian and his opponent?
Like 30 meters.
I want to do a running baseball slide behind this guy.
You're gonna try to tabletop him?
How does one baseball slide with 4 legs? Can someone explain this to me?
Front. He's gonna put legs up in the front and legs in the back, and just.
Homie, have you never seen a dog flying across the kitchen or some shit?
Like, yeah,
like-
but yeah, but no.
I hate everything about this.
Yeah, but you're laughing, and that's the important part.
All right. Are you trying to set it up to give him a bonus to attack? Is that what you're trying to do?
Exactly.
Okay. So you're giving him a bonus attack, or are you going to give him that leadership bonus for hitting? That's the
However
question.
you want to do it, I just want it to be, I am giving him that bonus because I am going to slide behind this guy and hopefully make him trip.
Give me a piloting check at 6. At a 6, he'll get a bonus to his attack.
Seven.
Yeah, you did it. So you just do, and then you just kind of leap with your thrusters just to get you enough motion. So you just poof, crushing some ground underneath you as you kind of like roll behind him, and he's just kind of like what the fuck? He's like looking behind him now as you're like behind him in a motion that is distracting and or makes him a little bit more open to attack. Darian, you're up.
All right, so then now seeing all this unfold, I'm going to try to hit him with my MES knife again. What's my modifier? 1?
Bonus 1. Yeah, another. You have your modifier of 1, but you also get an additional bonus of 1. So the modifier of 1. Yeah.
Is that a hit?
Double checking.
11.
Yeah, it's an 11. Yeah, it does.
Okay, well I deal 7 damage.
Okay. So. Okay, you cut into him a little bit, and he some of his plates fall off as you hit him with a knife, and now it's whose is it now? It's
The top of the order, because it's me.
top of the order. Yeah. So Arthur, you're up.
If I was gonna shoot at the mech that Darian is fighting, would I be shooting through Wolf's Blood?
No.
Or-
he's
oh.
two on the ground.
Oh, the mech's on the ground.
Yeah, I'm prone on the ground
he's
right
prone
now.
on the ground. He
Oh,
himself.
he is.
Yeah.
Okay. So, all right. Now I'm gonna just keep shooting at Gurzo over
Okay.
here. Yeah, that would be what I'd be doing, because that's what I was told.
That's what I was told. I'm just doing my job. Just shooting.
We actually hit him. 17.
Yeah, that'll hit. That does
For
some damage.
17 pen AP of 15.
Okay, and what was the damage? Damage is not 1. Yeah, so you're fine. No damage
there's
was
no
1.
Yep.
So AP 15. That definitely hits his AC. Yeah, and pen of 15. You said with your.
Yeah, AP 15 with
AP
the
15?
anti-vehicle.
Woo, Lord! Oh, Lord. Okay. Let me do the math on this one, because that's a lot of damage.
You took damage.
Yeah, I never hit, but when I do.
So you managed to hit him, and like all that plate that he had on his back, you managed to like take a laser and just like saw it off. So all of the plates on his back are just falling off, and piece of his armor on his back are falling off as well, exposing a lot of his circuitry and stuff like that. Now he's paying attention to you.
Yeah.
All right, you're up now, Steve.
Yeah. This is going to be real interesting. Why not? Take another one, Chief. There we go. Fire off another round of this guy. We're going full bore.
Do it. You hit.
Okay, 9 damage, AP 15.
Okay, so he takes.
Can I fire my damage dice? Is it possible?
He's just done
3D,
with
the
it.
3D8 just aren't doing it.
Yeah.
I keep seeing the laser cannon with the same AP out damaging me and just laughing at me a little bit. Like, you know what?
I forgot what the bonuses for the rail gun is. There are some specific bonuses. Either both the same range, but the rail gun gets you. Let me look it up real quick.
Well, the railgun
it's
can
gotta
also
be like
it can be used to suppress too.
Yes, it can be used to suppress.
a single shot weapon can suppress.
It's
Apparently.
it's a huge gun. So suppression is basically like a shock gun is what suppression is for this one. So suppression is, let me look it up real quick. It's a
And the
heavy weapon
railgun's
roll.
double my range. So the railgun's double
Oh,
the
yeah.
range, and it can suppress.
Let me look it up real quickly just so we have the rules.
If I were to suppress, double the usual ammo is fired in one round, and every target in front of the weapon that is not under hard cover is automatically hit for half normal damage.
Yeah.
So
You
less
could
damage for an auto hit.
less damage for an auto hit, and you hit everyone in that range. So if you fired with as a suppression to suppress,
See, I thought a railgun was a single shot gun. I had no idea. Otherwise, I'd be suppressing the hell out of all these fools.
it is. But in this case, how this works is instead of it being like a suppression, it's just like the amount of bullets, your shot as it's firing is causing a concussion blast around it as it's going through. It's how that works.
It's not an auto hit. They get an evasion saving throw. If they make it, then they miss then they don't take the damage.
Yeah.
Here it is.
But just double the ammo. So, which means that, if I remember correctly, that there's no penalty for this one. But if you were going to have longer fighting, then it will take it longer before you can refit. You'd have to go back and refit your mech in order to. You have a chance to I forget how ammo works, but it's essentially something like where you take penalties to your attack or you
Yeah.
lose the ability to use the weapon altogether.
Okay.
Every time you fight, depending on your ammo rolls. So,
It doesn't seem that impressive. I gotta be honest.
It is double the range.
yeah. All right.
Okay.
So, let us go for the damage, right? Okay. He is not happy. You definitely hit him for a lot of damage. So, the soldiers are up next. You see them kind of pause for a moment, kind of touch their ears, nod, and then you see a couple of them kind of do this motion, and you start seeing them just disperse into the to the forest. Then it is Count Gerzel's turn. So all of you over your comms hear crackling come in, and over open comms you hear,
You fought well. I don't know who you are. I'm assuming you're tracers. You win this fight this time. But I'll keep an eye out for you. You don't know me, but my name is Count Gerzu. And I remember my enemies, especially when they fight as hard as you do. Good luck.
and with that, little pieces of the neck fall off. The head just slowly arcs up and then suddenly shoots out of the body and away into the distance. Let me do 1d20. And goes 700 meters away. Just shoots far away. And then the other next turn, who is still in combat, he's going to disengage and then try to move that direction as well. He can move up his maximum speed, I think, once he's disengaged, but he can't do any other actions. So, and all of the other soldiers seem to be dispersing and running into the wood, into the forest, or into the jungle. Go ahead, Thomas.
So since he's trying to disengage from melee combat with two of us, can I stick my crane between his legs?
You can both do some combat, some melee combat if you want to. There is a complicated action for, like, essentially trying to, like, trip him or disarm him, right?
I see that he's trying to get away, so yeah, I basically want to stick my crane out.
Okay, let me do combat maneuvers real quick. Go prone. Fighting withdrawal. Okay, he's trying to do a fighting withdrawal. Disengage, that's the main action. But they can now get away from their assailants without giving them a free attack action. Usually this means that combatant uses the move action to get clear, because if they stand there, the enemies might get close to re-engage. Yeah, so no, he's using fighting withdrawal as his main action, so you wouldn't be able to do that. He's not able to return fire on you at all, though. He's using his main action to withdraw, and then he's moving his full speed of about 100. Well, let me see what his full speed is. About 60 meters. He's disengaging with 60 meters, heading towards the direction of where Gerzel's escape pod is going. So, you're up, Thomas.
I'm going to hold my action pending Darian.
Darian?
I'm just gonna let him go.
Okay. You're not getting paid for it, right?
No, not getting paid for it. No reason.
Okay. Do any of you all want to try to take the guy out who's running away?
Is it possible to aim at Gerzel because he's at 600 meters away and he's within range? Or no? Just curious. If not, I would probably take a shot at the other guy.
You can try, but I'm going to give you some negative modifiers. I'll give you about 5 meter, a -5, or no, -4, because it's essentially just kind of like a targeted. So you'd be a -4 to hit him.
Yeah, why not? Negative
Okay.
4. Go for it.
-4.
12?
Nope.
Damn.
Nope. Not his AC. All right. You take a shot at his escape pod as it goes away and just misses.
Yeah.
Steve?
That'd be it.
That would be dishonorable.
I don't know that.
So I'm gonna pull up a full diagnostic scan on the other 3 and see how we're looking.
Okay. So as you do so, the rest of the combatants, the soldiers are disappearing, and you find yourself alone with the rest of your mechs. Diagnostics are how much damage did you take, Darian? You took.
I took 5 off my bonus, so I didn't really take any.
Yeah, you didn't take any. He's looking good, and then Arthur, you took 2, and Thomas took 0. You're the one who took the most damage, Steve.
Rub it in, why don't you, Paul? Thanks. Appreciate you.
No problem.
Right there, Chief. I guess we're ready to move to stage 2 then. And I start moving to the rear of the front line that we discussed.
Okay.
I mean, 5 over 30, that really isn't that much damage, honestly. And if we're just going to hit and run real quick, I might as well just roll up and pop off some shots. Maybe I'll use that new fancy suppression technique.
Do you want to try to look through the remainings of the supply cache, or do you just want to move through?
I know Wolfsblood wasn't in for the combat, so
I'm heading straight over for the supplies.
yeah, I was about to say, Thomas, do you want to check this out while we go Harry the Wayward Son?
Yeah, I'll scream if something happens.
Okay, sounds good. You got your GTFO button. Have fun.
All right. So everyone, give me. We're going to kind of go through this pretty quickly, and then we'll take a break. Actually, let's take a break, and then we'll come back to this. It's because we've gone for about 2 hours, a little longer than we should have.
Hours already.
Yeah.
Shit.
All right, so let's take a quick break. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. I'll let the sounds of combat in the jungle in the background kind of take you for right now. We'll be right back.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. So, here's what we're going to do. First, I want Darian, Steve, and Arthur. I want you all to roll me shoot rolls. First off, no, not you, Mark. No, it's just Steve, because Steve's the only one who has ammo on it. So roll me a shoot roll. You got to give me a 6 or better.
Nine.
You did not lose. That's because you had ammo. Essentially, if you wanted to spend more ammo to suppress, that would have been a 7 rather than a 6 to do it. And if you get less than that score, then you're out of ammo. That's essentially how that works. But it's every encounter after every kind of scene. All right. Now the rest of you guys, I want you guys to give me piloting checks because we're gonna kind of like. Because I'm not going to make you fight against like 7 mechs for the time we have left. Because you're not really planning on getting stuck in and fighting. You're more like running in and just like hitting them or punching them.
Oh yeah, we're gonna mess some dudes up and bounce back into the shadows real quick.
Yeah.
Any modifiers or no?
Nope, no modifiers.
9.
All right, you're good.
Ooh, 11 going for that supply depot. Yes.
So here's what happens. Arthur, you and Darian and Steve, all 3 of you guys run into the back of the lines where they're firing, and you guys kind of do some quick like Darian, you run in and just kind of slash at some of the arms to kind of like make them distract from their shooting. You know, do a little bit of damage. Kind of run back into the jungle. Steve, you're taking from a small prepared position and firing in, like hitting a couple of them, knocking some armor pieces off. Arthur, you're doing the same. You're like running in and firing your laser. So you're able to successfully distract them long enough that things start to get a little hairy, and you start seeing some of them peel off and move away from the main battlefield. Now we've got Thomas. You managed to get to the supply depot, and you're looking through the supply depot. Give me a 1d4 roll.
Trace.
All right. So you find in that cache whatever you're looking for within reason. If you didn't, I would have said most of it's destroyed. But because I know, for instance, Steve was looking for a MES knife or a melee weapon of some kind. So you find like melee weapons, mech melee weapons, as well as like they're called powered weapons, I think. They're called massive static on Steve's side. I don't know what's going on there. Hold on. Let me do a quick refresh.
Whoa.
My mic was muted, so I don't know why it was getting static. It's weird.
No. It's not Mike.
No, your camera.
Oh, that's weird.
Hold on. I reset it.
Your
There we go.
static face. Yay!
We good?
Okay. So let's go through this real quick. You can get a improvised weapon. You can find an improvised weapon. The MES knife or cutter plates. Which essentially kind of like chainsaws or just like essentially just like a melee weapon, powered melee weapon. So Steve, depending on which one you want, you can get the cutter plates or the MES knife. The difference is mostly that the MES knife just ignores armor entirely.
Uh-huh.
And the cutter plates have AP 10. But the cutter plates... the major cutter plates. They do 2d12 damage on light mechs. Whereas the MES knife, I think, is only like 1d8. Double check.
Okay.
No, they're the same. They're the same. It's just the difference is that the MES knife ignores armor.
I didn't want anything special, but if nobody else wants it, I could happily take one of those and sneak up and stab someone from behind kind of deal.
What I mean is, like, if you want something, tell me. Everybody in the group, if you want something, tell me. You probably, within reason, they'll have it there. Weapons, fittings.
Is this something I can visit later and talk to you off stream about?
Yeah, we can talk about it off stream. So just
Okay.
if you guys want to. So you find we'll just say narratively, you find lots of supplies which you can put onto your mech to carry it with you.
I know what.
The night kind of fades off, and you see people start. So kind of, the combat starts tapering off as more of the mechs. Eventually, the mechs just seem to abandon the battlefield entirely, and you guys, I'm assuming, head back to. Are you guys going to pop your pickup routines, or are you going to head back to the ship?
Yeah, we can hit up the encampment since there's a landing pad there. We can hit our buttons and get a hot drop out.
Okay. So yeah, you hit the buttons. You guys, the landing pad, the Gray Topaz comes flying in, lands, picks you guys up, and are you guys going to take off the planet?
Orbit, I guess. Yes, no, gentlemen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys take off back out into orbit, and the sounds of the jungle fade behind you. And as you're taking off into orbit, you guys get an incoming signal from Echo Sigma Alpha 023.
Gray Topaz, this is Echo Sigma Alpha. According to our reports, your mission was successful. Can you confirm?
That's a firm.
Thank you, Gray Topaz. Your payment will be sent to the tracers as per usual standard routines. It was a pleasure working with you.
Pleasure with you as well. I don't know if you realized or have seen or heard rumor, but we also assisted in your main battle.
Well, I did. We will converse with our superiors and possibly get you a bonus.
Much appreciated. Great.
Echo.
Pass out.
Echo Sigma out.
All right. You guys are up in orbit. You guys are orbiting around Center. You guys get the money coming into you. And it's a lot of money. we're like, I think we said something like 20,000 credits for each one of you. It's enough to get you
10K.
10K each one. Okay, so you get 15K now because you get a bonus of 5K. So a little extra to play around with. And with that, because we're actually coming towards the end of this, we're going to we'll talk about what goes down after this, but this is the end of this arc, this intro arc. You guys have dealt with that. Our crew will have a choice next time. I will talk with each individual one of them about the plans. For those of you guys who don't know, who are watching us, this is using the Stars Without Number system. So one of the things I'm going to be doing is the faction game. Now, I'm probably going to do the faction game on my own and upload it as a video so people can see what's going on with the faction game. So you guys, but I will not probably be live streaming it. But if you guys want to see it happen, I will probably live stream it. I will be doing it live on my Discord. So on the Astropub Discord. So if you guys want to come in and watch that live and record and hang out, you guys can do that as well. But the faction game will determine what jobs they get. I have a couple of ideas already, but I want to make sure that the faction game plays out, because we'll kind of go through the beginning of maybe about a week or two will pass after this mission and see where these folks are at. But yeah, let's do what we usually do at the end of these sessions. Favorite moments. I'll start with you there, Mark. What was your favorite moment from the episode?
I'm not gonna lie. I think it was when Arthur literally just evaporated somebody. It was just like, they exist.
Cyclone.
Yeet!
There's no other way. Yeah, there's no other option.
Atomic.
We're coming, it's gone!
Same exact thing. Hey, where the hell is Thomas going? Whew. Oh no!
Although I gotta say, a close second is Darian's look as the explosion washed over him.
Oh, that was good. Yeah.
He's like, these are my new teammates. What the fuck? Like, really? Like this is what's happening right now. This is where I live now. I'm gonna leave them on a planet like fucking Steve left his old people.
I was fine. I was just making deliveries. I just so happened to show up in the black market. Next thing you know, I'm almost losing my life. It's great.
Thomas or Wolf's Blood. What was your favorite?
Oh, absolutely. It's looking over and just seeing Darian's face at that moment when you said, and it's going to wrap around the shield at Darian, and just this. it was perfect. That right there made the entire day for me.
Oh God. I will say it's probably the moment where, for me, I mean, other than that, I will say something different. I will say when Arthur evaporated, just incinerated the general, and then went, I did it, I killed him, and then pop, 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 all of them, then just all of the machine guns being fired at him at the same time.
I was excited. Everybody was shooting at him, and like the big bad evil guy was like turned and looked at Arthur, and I was like, "Yeah, I can pop off a couple shots and do something." And ting, miss, no.
I love our combats are. Yeah.
And then he looks at me. It's like that slow turn look, and like Steve's just like, meep.
We will also. I will also let you guys know that you will, because this is the end of the arc. You guys will get a level up. So you guys will level up after this as well. So we'll walk you through that to make sure you guys level up to level dose. So, but yeah, thank you guys so much for hanging out with us tonight. If you guys enjoyed this, hit that follow button if you haven't already done so. Make sure you're following all these wonderful folks. Here is their links. Make sure you guys are following them. And if you're watching this on YouTube, hit that follow or hit that subscribe button and like and comment if you want to see more of this stuff. What was your favorite moment of the episode? That's always good. Like I say every time, hope to see you guys again soon. But if I don't, hope to see you someday in the black. There you go.
See you guys.